Hi folks, welcome to Carl's Vaping Reviews once again. Welcome to the video. I've got a review for you now for another one of these Sub-Ohm atomizers, tanks, whatever you want to call them. There's loads coming out at the moment, and this is one from SMOK, and this isn't actually on sale as yet. Ash at myepac.co.uk sent this on to me for review. It goes on sale. It's going on the web shop probably back end of next week. Price wise, it's going to be about between 15 to probably 20 quid. There's no actual pricing as yet, but I'm talking about the upgraded SMOK VCT. It's now called the SMOK VCT Pro, and that's the packaging it comes in. What we're going to do is, I've been vaping on it. The coil that's in there I've already used, but I'll show it you anyway. But we're going to dive down straight away to the close-ups, and I'll show you what comes in the box, and then we'll come back up and we'll have a vape and talk about it. Okay, so I'll see you down for the close-ups. Alright guys, here we are close up with the SMOK VCT Pro. It comes in the usual SMOK boxes that have been coming out lately with all their stuff in. Silver and black boxes. If you want to, I'll try to get in focus, pause the video, you can look at the specifications. Glass and stainless steel, obviously. It's got a 5mm capacity. It weighs 58.5 grams, and they're the dimensions: 22mm ATI, 71.5mm including the drip tip, and it's 510 threaded. And then it gives you some other bits and pieces about what it's been designed for. There's your authenticity on the bottom. Yet again, no warnings regarding sub-ohming on these boxes. China have got to get some warnings on these boxes. This is about the, I don't think there's many that could come with warnings at the moment, but it needs to be warnings on these boxes. Anyway, back to the review. Slide it open. I'll put that to one side, and then you get your normal SMOK lift off lid box, quite plain, apart from you get your CE markings, etc. Smoke tech, and then we get presented with that. I'll get in focus. That's it. And we'll take this out one by one. Now it comes with two coils. That's your glass, spare glass. That in there is the 0.6 ohm coil that comes installed in the tank, and you also get inside it as a spare 0.2 ohm coil. So the 0.6 is installed in the atomizer when you get it, and the 0.2 will be here where this is now. This is a 0.6 ohm coil there, and I'll show you. I'll get this out anyway and show you the coils and stuff. I'll get the glass out. Show you the glass. I haven't taken the spare out for here yet, actually. Lovely piece of glass, nice and thick, very nice. Looks like it's been it's really smooth edges on that, really smooth. So nice piece of glass there, Pyrex, Borsalate, whatever you want to call it. So we'll just stick that back in there. Now I'll get this coil out because the other coil has got a bit of juice on it. Although the tank's cleaned out, I've just left the juice on it, what I'm going to juice it up with. This is the 0.6 ohm coil. Now these coils are dual coil. Let me just go into manual for this now. Into manual focus. So I can show you better. There we go. Now, these are, as you can see there, VCT Pro E2 it says, and then it says, I'll just get the right way around for you. It says SMOK VCT Pro E2 0.6 ohm. You can see that, just about 30 to 80 watts. It says that on the 0.2 ohm as well, so you can make what you want of that. But I'll give you more information on the 0.2 when we go up top and we're vaping on it. Now these are vertical dual coils. You can see down there, there's no mesh on these either, like there is on the Aspires and most of the other ones I've seen. And I didn't really know what the mesh was for. I think it was somebody said it was to stop spitting, etc. But there's no mesh on these, and it's organic Japanese cotton in these. I'm not going to break it down because I've only got these two heads, so and there's none available as yet till next week. So that's your, as you can see, that these are the contact points right on the bottom, and then you've got big wide open airflow, 4 of them, and then you've got 2 rectangular juice slits, and I've had no problems with wicking on the 0.2 at all. Wick's a dream. So that's a close-up of the heads, and it's threaded internally, as you can see. And then this has got a bit of knurling around the top of the coil here, so to aid screwing in and screwing out of the device. So that's the, I'll just put this back in its bag because I don't like them sort of lying about to getting dust on them, etc. So we'll put that back in the bag, and then we'll get the tank out. Let's go back into autofocus. We'll get the tank out, but there's also a little bit of something underneath, and I can get these, no pull tab on this. Right, and underneath here you get a manual, which is quite good. Tells you about pre-soaking the, obviously you got to pre-soak everything with these, pre-soaking the wick, etc. No warnings on this either, just detentions and stuff. And then you also get 4 red O-rings. You can see that. You get 4 red O-rings as well. Let's get this focus right. There you go. 4 red O-rings in there. Some silica in the bottom for taking the moisture out of the packaging. And that's that. So we'll put that to one side and we can have a look at the tank. So that's what you get in the box, guys. And I'll give you my thoughts. I'll leave my thoughts till the end. But this is the tank. Now, let's go back into manual so I can show you right up close, as close as I want to get. 22mm device, designed by SMOK, CE marking on the bottom, which that looks to me like either a silver plated contact with an insulator in there, and it does sit very flush to the 510, so I wouldn't be trying to screw these onto anything hybrid, to be honest, because that's as far as the pin's going to come out. You might be having shorts else. But you know that's, I have to give that warning because it does sit rather flush. So VCT Pro is written on the airflow ring. We've got some knurling on the bottom here, and we've also got SMOK written on it as well. This airflow ring, you've got 2 wide Cyclops style airflow. You can see the bottom of the coil straight the way through there, straight away through the other side. And this is free, get my teeth back in, Carl, free flowing all the way around, so you can close it off as much as you want. Obviously if it's open that much that side, it'll be the same the other, but it's free flowing all the way around, so you could turn that all the way to closed. It doesn't stop, there's no stop point on it, there's no clicks. It's really nice. It's not loose and it's not tight, it's a really nice feel, really smooth, that is. Then we'll go to the top now, because I'm going to take it apart in a minute and show you the drip tip. The drip tip is glass and stainless, and it also has an airflow ring. Now this is to alter the vapor temperature that arrives at the drip tip area here. and it does work. It works really, really well when you, and it adds to the airflow as well. To sort of like, what can I say, adds to the draw of the airflow. It makes it even wider. But if you do close that airflow ring off like that, the vape does become rather hotter there towards the top. Obviously, because this is a 0.2 ohm coil, the vape is going to be warm because of the watts you're going to be running it at. And it's got, on the drip tip, you've got some little accents here to aid turning the airflow ring, as you can see, and that's free flowing as well, all the way. You can turn that all the way round to closed if you want, or you can have a little bit open. Let's just take it off the device and show you better. Got a single O-ring, and then I'll just hold these, and you can have it. You can have it like, you know, really just a little bit of air coming through. But it has a temperature control for the vapor, and it does work. Well, it seemed to work to me anyway. When I closed it off, it was a lot more warmer at the top here, the vapor, and it sort of cools the drip tip down as well, and as the vapor's coming through there, because you're letting airflow in through the drip tip. People who are familiar with these, this is the first one I've used with airflow on the drip tip, and it surprised me how well it worked. But that's the drip tip. So back to the tank. 5mm capacity, Pyrex glass. I'll just give it a tap. It's all glass and stainless, this, including the drip tip. And the aesthetics of this tank are really good. Just you've got this finned action at the top, this fin design at the top here. When the finish on this device, on this atomizer, is really, really good. The CNC machining is really good on it. Excellent bit of craftsmanship from SMOK here. Really surprised me, to be honest. Now, it's got, as you can see, we've got 4 O-rings in there, 2 at the bottom and 2 at the top, which can be changed for them red ones that are in the box as well if you don't like the black ones. What you do is, we hold the top here, hold the glass as well a little bit, but don't try and hold the glass down here, because you know, added pressure. And then we hold the atomizer at the bottom on the base, and we turn, because obviously you're turning the whole base within the O-ring, so it's a bit stiff at first, and then it gets slacker as it's gone off the first O-ring. But there's no leaks from this either at all. I must point that out straight away. And then it just comes out like that. Now, obviously, I've said the threading's on the coil, and the threading for the coil is inside this chimney piece, inside the central piece of the chimney. There is a translucent O-ring in there as well to stop any more leaks. So I'll show you the base again in a second. So what you do then is just a little slight turn and a wiggle, and the glass comes off, which leaves you with the top section and the chimney section. As you can see, this is all one piece now. This does not screw off or alter in any way. The difference to this than the other Sub-Ohm tanks I've seen about is there's no holes in it, and that's because of the rectangular wicking, and also when it's together there is a if you can see that, there's a gap. There's gaps between the chimney and the wicking, and that's been machined that well that the wicking is superb. The tolerance between, just show you, the tolerance between the sides of the chimney and the coil to allow the juice to flow down to the bottom of the wick and up to the top. It's really, really good design, and it keeps the whole atomizer, when it's screwed up like this, it keeps it from it just avoids all the leaking problems and stuff, really, I think. But it is really, really good design, in my opinion. These are all my opinions, but I'm quite impressed with it, very impressed with it, to be, in fact. I've been told that everything on here is stainless steel, so you know, make out what you want with the chimney section, etc. So there's the glass I've shown you before, thick glass, really nice, but as you see, it's slightly been flamed. They're that smooth. Now, this is the base, and that's the coil that's in the base. Now, this coil's got, if yours comes with if your organic cotton shows a reddy colour, or reddish in colour, send it back, because this has got my juice in it. And this is, again, this is the 0.20. Let me just get my focus in a little bit more. There we go. I'm just seeing that now. So we've got SMOK again, VCT Pro, and 0.20, 30 to 80 watts. See it on silver actually. And you've got an O-ring on the top of on the base of the coil here. And then it's exactly the same design, it's just obviously it is a 0.20 coil. It's dual coil again, vertical coil. And I've had this going for a couple of days now and it still looks quite clean in there. And I've had 70-30 VG juice running through this. So what we do is, that's the contact point inside, which looks silver plated, like I said. Looks like a silver plated contact point which goes through to the bottom. And this screws right in here. Now let me just check. Sorry about this. I just want to check if the older VCT coils fit in here. Probably do. Got to open one up, sorry about this. I'll get my scissors. I've got to open this up. Let me just go off autofocus. Go on to autofocus. I'm just going to open this. I've got an X1 coil here. I'm not going to use it like, I just want to check. This is what was used in the original. That's in the original VCT. This is the VCT Pro tank, so obviously the coils are totally different. But I'm assuming that this one won't fit, but I'm only assuming. No. They don't screw in anyway, and there's totally different design, so I just thought I'd check that anyway. So the old VCT Pro coils don't fit, so you've got to get specific ones for this device. So that's your coil. We screw that in. Screw it down till it won't go anymore. That's it. Don't over tighten things. And then what we'll do is I put the glass on to the top section, and then I marry the two together. Give it a slight little push, and then you can start screwing it together. I would like, my O-rings are a little bit damp because I've just washed it out, but I would like lube these O-rings up before you with either a bit of liquid or e-liquid or something before you start to use it, you know, out of the box. And then we stick the drip tip on, and that's the tank, guys. Superb looking tank, in my opinion. Let's just get the focus right. There we go. And it is a nice looking tank, very nice looking tank. So what we'll do now, guys, we'll go back up to the top. I'll fill it up, and we'll have a vape on it. So I'll see you back up at the top. Hi guys, welcome back up. Filled it up. Simple fill up, dead easy fill up. Just take the base off, like I said, and it's a bottom fill. So you fill it with it being upside down. And I've got some of my strawberry and rhubarb cream in here from bigcloudliquid.co.uk. 70-30, 3 milligram nick. 0.2 ohm coils in here. I haven't tried the 0.6 yet, and I need a drink first. I'm drinking fizzy Vimp too. Right, here we go. Now, I've been vaping this at, if you can see that, 52 watts I've been vaping this at. Just get the manual focus in. 52 watts, which is putting out 3.38 volts on this 0.2 ohm coil. Flavour and vapour is fantastic. This 0.2 ohm coil has been working a dream. Obviously, like I said, the coils, both of them use dual vertical coils to get the resistances, 0.6 and 0.2 ohms. I don't know if there's any more ohms of coils coming out. I've just been told 0.2 and 0.6, and that's what it states on SMOK's website regarding this atomizer. The airflow on the top is on the drip tip is it works. It does work. Let me just close it off. It's wide open now, so I'm just going to close it off. You won't see the effect of this because it's more of a feel effect. So a little bit of an enhancement of flavour when it closed off, a bit more flavour, but the vapour is a lot warmer when it hits your lips and where it starts entering your mouth. With it open, it just does cool down the vapour. Ever so slightly cools down the vapour. Now fogging up. You now fire. It cools down the vapour ever so slightly, but it cools down the drip tip, which is even though it's glass and not metal, it still does get warm with that airflow closed. With the airflow open, it really cools down the drip tip. Obviously you're mixing warm vapour that's coming up off the coil with cool air entering the drip tip. So innovation. I know this is the first drip tip with airflow control that I've actually used. So obviously people may have been using them in the past, but for me it's a first and it does work. Obviously, if this is your style of vaping, these Sub-Ohm tanks and stuff, now it's mine. I've got into it really, I've been using my Kanga sub tanks and my Aspires, and I've got another couple of tanks here that are Sub-Ohm tanks. I've got one here waiting for review, which I can't review just yet. But there's that many on the market at the moment. It's sort of like you just keep coming out. There's like 2 a week at the moment. It is ridiculous, but for how much I think this is going to be, I spoke to Ash when he asked me to do the review on it, and it's going to be around about the 15 to 20 quid mark. There's no exact pricing as yet. He's unsure on the pricing yet, but it'll probably be about 15 to 20 quid, he said. And what you get in the package and the aesthetics of it, and the look of it, what it does, are great. Obviously, the coils are going to be around about the 2 quid mark each, I would say. But it's a great tank. As you can see, it's drinking me juice. It's like a V8. Even at 52 watts, I'm still getting great flavour from it. Because sometimes when you start banging these Sub-Ohm tanks out at ridiculous wattages, you're losing a lot of the flavour, I think, in a lot of them. That's my personal opinion anyway. That's what I think anyway, and that's what I've experienced in the past. But 52 watts is about right. You can go a lot higher if you want stacks of vapor, but the flavour starts going a bit weird and a bit it goes away a lot. Just knock it down. I'll show you. You can knock it down to let's knock it down to 45. I'll show you there. I mean, you can vape it at 45, 40 watts and above really for this 0.2 ohm coil. You've gone. Then you're back again. You have to blow it away from the camera. Now at 45 now, I could possibly close that drip tip up because the vapor's not as warm. So I'll close the airflow on the drip tip now to fully closed. Well, that's a good vape. 45 watts with the drip tip airflow closed is a good vape for me. Nice flavour, still stacks of vapour, but not as warm at the drip tip. Have a play with it when you get one. If you buy one, have a play with it. Have a play with the airflow on the drip tip and airflow on the, because there's stacks of airflow on the base, with the coils designed as they are at the base as well. They're letting in stacks of airflow because obviously your choke point is always going to be. You can have these. I've always said you can have these as wide as possible. You can have this open all the way around if you want, but if the coil at the bottom is only a couple of mil of airflow going through it, that's your choke point to me. So you know, SMOK have designed the base of their coils to be just have 4 tiny contact points, and the rest of it's airflow. So you're getting stacks of airflow up through the bottom of the coil, up to them 2 dual coils in there, and them 2 coils in the vertical coils in the coil. But it wicks superb as well. I think any more than them 2 rectangular slots, even with a 70-30 juice, it would start. I would say it would be borderline on the flooding, but it's really wicking really well. 45 watts. Now we're getting higher and higher with these wattages, aren't we? Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the review of this tank that's due out back end of next week. Possibly going, depends on when the shipment comes to Ash. He's told me back end of next week, probably more than likely, or if it's delayed slightly, then it'll be the week after. 15 to 20 quid mark. Coils are going to be a couple of pound odd each, I would say, looking at the prices of the coils on Ash's website for the other Sub-Ohm tanks on there. And what you get in the package, it's a great package, boxed up nicely, and that's all I can say about it. And would I recommend it if you're into sub-ohming, into cloud chasing? Yes. It also comes with a 0.6 ohm coil, so you can get, you know, a little bit more of your battery life, so you can drop your wattage down a little bit, a little less warm on the vapor. But it's a great device. I highly recommend it. The aesthetics of it as well will look good on a lot of kit, on a lot of devices. So thanks for watching again, guys. Contact me on the AAEC forum. Richo71 is the avatar. YouTube comments underneath if I've missed anything or you want to know anything about it, anything extra. Facebook and Twitter are also on the links, are also on the YouTube channel. And have a great weekend, guys, and I'll see you in our next review. So thanks for watching. I'll see you shortly.